Ladies and gentlemen, dear friend of Lugano Plans B, you are very welcome to this event organized by Plan B, an initiative by the city of Lugano and Tether in collaboration with Polygon. Lugano's Plan B aims to transform the city of Lugano in a main hub for digital innovation with a focus on blockchain technology. The city of Lugano and Tether launched this initiative in Lugano 2 months ago, on the 3rd of March, in front of more than 1,100 people in Lugano at the Palazzo dei Congressi. Lugano wants to be a center of excellence for blockchain in Europe. The two partners signed a memorandum of understanding. I just made a copy. And in this memorandum of understanding, they will focus on 3 themes. I will explain very basically, because I'm not an expert of blockchain. We have the expert and the people who are promoting this initiative. They will explain, they will really let us go inside this very interesting project. 3 main points: the economy, the education, and the experience. That means that they want to integrate cryptocurrency in the daily life of people and companies in Lugano, in the community. This kick-off event has generated strong national and international attention of the blockchain and cryptocurrencies world in and on Lugano. And the fact that you are here, it's also a testimonial that this project, this initiative, is an initiative of international dimension. We can count on excellent speaker for this presentation. Mr. Filippo Lombardi, who is member of the Executive Council of Lugano, will join us later. He's still traveling from Neuchâtel, which is in the French part of Switzerland, to Davos. We hope that he will join us in half an hour, and then we will have the opportunity to talk with him. But we still have 4 other important speakers. Pietro Poretti, who is the Director of the Economic Promotion Division of the City of Lugano. Paolo Ardoino, Chief Technical Officer of Tether. He's one of the driving forces of Lugano's Plan B. Maggie Rockham, Independent Strategic Advisor. She has more than 25 years experience in asset management and markets, and she has more than 4 years experience also in the blockchain sector. She told me during the travel from Lugano to Davos, yes. And last but not least, Anthony Martin, manager of Polygon, one of the partners of this initiative. First of all, Pietro Poretti will give us a short overview of Lugano Plans B, the idea behind this very interesting initiative. Pietro.
Thank you, and welcome everybody. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to present Plan B here in Davos. Thank you, Polygon. Thank you, Tether. Very also thank to your friendship, to the collaboration that the city of Lugano put in place with you over the past several months. Well, I'll try to keep it short. As Andrea mentioned in his introduction, Filippo Lombardi will be with us. He will join us, so please wait, and then he will join us for dinner. Is on his way. Plan B. Before briefly, of course, as promised, introducing the main components of Plan B, I'll say a few words about what happened before Plan B, which was not Plan A necessarily, but it is important to spend a few words on why a municipality, un comune as we call it, right, una città, which is Lugano, decided at a certain point to invest into something which would broadly define as the blockchain that is not necessarily today in 2022 or 2021 necessarily something that is commonly done, at least not in Ticino. And this is because starting from 2020 we had the opportunity, due to a mix of curiosity, feeling, a sense of opportunity, that blockchain could be a technology that indeed can benefit also a city. And since I'm the person who is following the economic promotion for the city of Lugano, well, I decided to spend a little bit of time learning about this technology. And so in 2020, and here we are at the end of the first lockdown, we had the first very concrete experience with blockchain and cryptocurrencies or digital currencies. when Lugano issued a payment token, a stable coin called the Luga, which is the instrument that powers a loyalty program, which is not something revolutionary, right? The loyalty program has been something that is done in many places and also not only in recent times. But we did it, we think, in an innovative manner by using as currency a digital currency. And so we went to FINMA, which is the Swiss financial regulator. We presented our project. We received their instructions, so to speak, that we of course follow closely. And we had this first very concrete blockchain/crypto project in Lugano. So we launched it at the end of 2020 in December, and today we have over 6,000 wallets. So there are 6,000 citizens, let's say, that can pay in about 200 shops, restaurants, bars, service providers throughout the city of Lugano with our stable coin, with our payment token, and that can receive, whenever they purchase something, this 10% cashback in Luga. Okay, so this was the first experience. And then briefly the second one, as we say in Italian, l'appetito viene mangiando. We thought, hey, we want to learn more, we want to experiment more. And so instead of leasing or renting a blockchain, we thought of course, to allow, right, the payment token to function, we decided to create our own blockchain. The 3A chain is a proof of authority blockchain that currently has about 30 partners. The city of Lugano, of course, the local universities, companies, we have a bank, we have 2 pharma companies, there are several companies that are also using that chain to test some solutions for whatever they do. So these are the first 2 very concrete experiences that the city of Lugano, so public administration, made with the blockchain. And in that context, we were able to, of course, also get to know some important players in this industry. And this is how, after some meetings, some discussions, the idea of Plan B came into being with Tether, which is the strategic partner of the city of Lugano of this project. It's a joint initiative. And what is Plan B? Well, as Andrea explained in his introduction, it's a very ambitious, we think at least, ambitious plan. It aims at making Lugano a center of excellence, if you can use that word, for everything that is blockchain in Europe. That is the goal that we have set. And it has several components that we will briefly also discuss tonight with the other speakers. But again, in a nutshell, a hub in the very city center of Lugano. So under one roof, a first group of blockchain cryptocurrency companies that will be working there, developing solutions, ideas and solutions that we can then, that we hope then from Lugano will take over the world. Of course, that is obviously the ambition, no? And our objective, our goal. That is one thing. And that this will also help building a community, a real community. As economic promotion, we're not interested in mailbox companies. We want real people that help building this community of like-minded individuals, innovators, let's say, that can work, live and thrive ideally in Lugano. So this is one important part. Education is another important one, right? There is an important need for education. In July, at the beginning of July, the first academy, summer academy, will take place, organized by Plan B, hosted at the beautiful campus of the Franklin University, just outside Lugano, over 2 weeks. Well, this is another very concrete portion or part of Plan B that is already being implemented and that will continue, of course, in 2023 with a more articulate program. Acceptance throughout the city of payments in cryptocurrencies. This is an essential component, of course. You cannot call yourself a center of excellence for blockchain and crypto unless people can use digital currencies in their daily lives. And that we do by providing to merchants throughout the city a solution, an instrument, a solution to receive payments in crypto, as well as, of course, the know-how necessary to do that in a very safe and easy manner. From our side, meaning the public administration, we will gradually, and we also have our colleague here from the servizi finanziari of the city of Lugano, Paolo Bortolini in the back, we will gradually accept payments in cryptocurrencies. And when we say cryptocurrencies for Plan B, it has a very clear meaning: Bitcoin, Tether, and of course our payment token, the Luga. So gradually this will be also implemented, from taxes obviously to anything that a citizen, like it or not, has to pay to the public administration. In a nutshell, this is Plan B. There are some other, of course, aspects or elements that we may introduce later during our presentation, but I stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pietro, for this very interesting overview of the project. Pietro said 60,000 wallets.
6,000.
6,000 wallets. The population of Lugano is 70,000 people. It's the 9th city dimension of population in Switzerland. So almost 10% of the people in Lugano are already using this cryptocurrency Luga. Thank you very much, Pietro. Maggie Rockham, you were among the first experts active in blockchain in Lugano. What makes Lugano Plan B unique as described by Pietro Poletti?
First of all, the experts are sitting here, on my left and my right. I do not feel like an expert sitting next to them.
Yes.
But what makes Lugano interesting? The fact that there's an administration that is so open to innovation, wanting to open the gates of the city to helping explore basically a new world, the world of blockchain, the world of development and technology is very interesting. Lugano is, I've been living there for 30 years, so I'm an outsider, but I'm now a part of Lugano. It's a beautiful place to live. There are opportunities because of 2 universities. We have a center for artificial intelligence, we have a supercomputer, which is one of the largest and most important in the world. There are multiple opportunities and possibilities for getting together, aggregating all this know-how and building something unique. And we're in the center of Europe. It's a fantastic opportunity for a place like Lugano.
Thank you, Maggie. So the geographical position and the fact that we, in Italian part of Switzerland, in Ticino, there are 2 universities, the University of Lugano and the University of Applied Science, also in Lugano and other parts of Ticino. So there is an environment of research and education which is very interesting. And also the strategic position between north and south of Switzerland, between Milano, close to Lugano, and close to Zurich, close to north part of Europe. Paolo Groino, Chief Technology Officer of Tether. Tether is the main partner of Lugano Plan B. Why did you decide to cooperate with the city of Lugano in the use of Bitcoin and blockchain technology? Why Lugano and not another city in Europe or in the world, since you are a nomadic digital nomads?
Yeah, so, well, I think that one of the most interesting things about the crypto crowd, so this new industry that was created is actually, you refer to it as nomadic, right? So I describe it as nomadic and tribal. So we tend to move a lot, so in the place, so we tend to move where we are accepted, where our vision, our ethos, our culture gets accepted, right? And also we tend to, so we are tribal, so we tend to settle together. So of course, when if someone finds a place that is suitable for the technology, talks to his friends and all the business partners and so on, and we all move there together. So it's happening in Dubai, it's happening in Miami, it's happening in El Salvador, and in Singapore. But there is one place missing in Europe. So in Europe there is no central place for crypto people. And we saw the opportunity because we have seen what happened in Lisboa, right? In Portugal, they lured in people from the crypto industry, and eventually they changed the rule from that one day to another, saying, well, now we are going to tax Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Of course, Switzerland is a brand. It's a brand recognized globally because it's a strong brand, it's a safe brand, it's a brand that inspires trust. So, and definitely Switzerland is not a place that usually change rules from one day to another, right? So So we thought, okay, Switzerland is at the center of Europe, is a stable country, arguably the most stable country in the world. And on the other side is nearby Italy, so you have good food. Then you have good weather, and at the same time you have good taxis. So I think Lugano is actually really is a beautiful city. Is quiet, but if you want, it's safe, definitely 100%. If you want to reach out, you want to have more, things to do. You can go to Milan, you can go to Zurich, pretty fast, right? 50 minutes to Milan, 2 hours to Zurich. It's really everything is closed. Is close by. So. It just made sense, and the fact that there are actually 2 universities plus 1 private, like Franklin, 3 universities, over 70,000 inhabitants. I mean, is more than any other place that I ever visit. So it tells a lot about education. And one of the main challenges of cryptocurrencies industry is actually education. So people talk about, many people have misconceptions about this industry in many senses, right? So from energy consumption to volatility and everything around. So I think that starting from the younger generations, providing the tools to understand, to learn, is actually is really critical. So where the best place you can do it, where there is already an important commitment to education, and of course probably the most important thing, even more so, is having the administration that is open to try new things, right? So the administration has been from the first day open to discuss, trying to understand what could be the end goal for Lugano, what could be the benefits, right? So we have seen places like El Salvador growing immensely in tourism just in 1 year from the adoption of Bitcoin. I know many people in the industry that are going there. They want to establish a presence there. Why? Again, because we are nomadic and tribal. So we go there, and Switzerland and El Salvador are 2 completely different countries. One is Switzerland is rich and is safe. El Salvador is a poor country, is an emerging market, and is not that safe. And still, people in our industry want to commit to both, right? They want. Because it's important, one of the reasons why our industry exists is to provide a better access to financial services, more democratic and cheaper and less intermediaries and so on. So it's beautiful to start from El Salvador because they have a pure need of what we are doing and of our technology. But on the other side, what we are doing is for everyone, and places like Lugano can leverage on this technology with their history of investing in technology, like you mentioned, in artificial intelligence and so on. So I think for us is probably the best story that we can ever tell, is taking something that has been historically abstract, because the blockchain is kind of in the ether, right? So we do things that most of the time are among computers. But the most important part is actually bringing what we have learned over the last 10 years and make it real. Make it real not for the people that are living in the industry, because we are used to everything now. So, but make it real for people that don't know anything about the industry, right? So that's the opportunity that we have in Lugano. So taking the technology and giving it for the day-to-day use, day-to-day life, to a person that is selling bread and pizza in Lugano. That's the goal. That should be our goal, right? Removing their cost and having them in their intermediary costs from credit cards and so on, and having them open to a wider audience, and also I would say a wealthy audience, that is the crypto crowd. So if you have a city that's in the middle of Europe that understand how to leverage this technology and is open and help all its citizens and merchants to be open to this technology, then many people will come to Lugano and will bring wealth, will bring tourism, and so on and so forth.
Thank you very much. Paolo, nomadic, tribal, and also food lover. We could add also, and of course technological oriented, and yes, and it's also very interesting for for people like me who don't have any less idea of blockchain now to realize the importance of this technology and to also see the concrete use of the technology. Yes. Anthony Martin, manager of Polygon, you are also interested in Lugano Plans B. Why are you interested in this initiative?
No, the question is that, I was one of the co-founders of Hermes, and this was born in a weekend with Paolo 2 years ago. Then after that, luckily, we were absorbed by Polygon. We had some synergies there, and as I said, the relationship was maintained, and also in this sense, we had the privilege from Tether specifically to be invited to participate in this initiative. Then we met the mayor, the city of Lugano. I mean, they have been excellent, all of them, always trying to help to understand the technology. When you were asking why Lugano, what I was thinking is you can feel the warm feeling of the Mediterranean plus the efficiency of the Swiss guys, no? And I'm saying that as a foreigner, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the feeling that I have. In any case, we are a layer 2 solution for Ethereum, a scalability solution. What we want are transactions and to democratize the access to all the citizens, no? To make an impact for the guy who is buying a coffee, paying the shoes, or I hope not paying so many taxes. But yes, that's another thing. No. But what I mean is exactly that. This is our aim, no? To democratize, to make this technology accessible to everybody. I mean, we are luckily nowadays we are the platform with more users, more transactions in the world. I mean, and with the cheapest transactions and more reliable ones on top of Ethereum. Then we are still working on different scalability solutions. And we hope we can implement that in this specific use case. Also, I mean, I'm also right now leading the part of Polygon Enterprise. There are huge cases in sports, in entertainment, in insurance, in supply chain, but when I speak to the people about what we are doing in Lugano, I can tell you that everybody opened the eyes. They see this as a game changer, no? Something that will revolutionize the world. That's what we have seen, and exactly we want to be part of this thanks to as I said, to the invitation of Tether, participating in the hub or in the education, the different initiatives. We are totally committed, and yes, for us it's a huge challenge, but at the same time it can spread all this technology around the world.
Thank you very much. Since Filippo Lombardo is still traveling to Davos, we will do a second round, very short one. And I would like to ask to every panelist, which is the main challenge for the implementation of Lugano's Plan B? Where do you see in the first part we have seen the opportunities, the advantages of the location of Lugano, the education, the geographical position, but which is the main challenge from your point of view for the implementation of this Lugano Plan B, and how do you imagine Lugano in 2 years from now on? Maybe we can start with Maggie. Maggie Rocco, yes.
Okay, to be honest, the challenge is still open-mindedness, because the city is open-minded, the municipality is open-minded, but not everyone is. Maybe we need a little bit of help at the cantonal level as well to open the doors for foreigners again. And also the people on the street. And anything is new, that is new. If it's complicated, then they won't fall in love with it. They won't accept it. So it's a challenge. We have to make sure that what we do when it comes to implementing payments is that it's so simple that they don't really have to think about it. That's going to be a challenge. It's going to be important that that gets done and quickly.
Yes. Paolo, how do you imagine Lugano in 2 years from now on? Yes.
So in 2 years, I imagine, and I echo what it was being said about the fact that the challenge is bringing normal people to understand what we are doing. And this is not on them, but it is actually on us, right? So we cannot pretend, we cannot have the arrogance to pretend that everyone understands what we are doing, why we are doing it, and so on. So I think that what we have seen already in the first meeting with the merchant, thanks to the city that organized it, is openness from the merchants, but also a lot of questions. So as an industry that is extremely technological, we should embrace the fact that we are a really tiny minority that understand it really well, but what we are doing should be, we are not doing it for ourselves, we are doing it for cities like Lugano and for people that have different education and different age and so on and so forth. So in 2 years, I think that we will succeed to bring down those barriers, and we will succeed in having a good 30–40% of merchants already accepting cryptocurrencies. And the way we are doing it is not, I believe that one of the most interesting aspects of this project is actually the approach that we have, right? So it's not about trying to invite everyone in the crypto sphere and sell services to citizens to trying to lure them into accepting cryptocurrencies. But actually, also Polygon is a good partner for the reason, right? We want to have selected partners so we can have a scientific approach to providing solutions that are simple to use, efficient, and cheap, so that we can control the user experience. The user experience is the most important thing that we can provide to the users of this new technology, whatever the age and whatever the education they have. So in 2 years, I believe that there will be enough time to bring down these barriers, yes.
Thank you very much, Paolo. Anthony, how do you imagine Lugano in 2 years?
Yeah, I think almost a
yes.
lot of things have been said. I mean, one that is very clear for me is the friction on the user experience. Then I apply my grandma test. I always say, if my grandma is able to buy this in the supermarket with a phone or whatever, is that we succeed. Then I think that will be a challenge. The second is how the whole ecosystem in Lugano, Ticino, and at the end maybe Switzerland, but especially Ticino, aligns. There are a lot of stakeholders involved in this experiment, and if we want that this succeed, all of us, we need to bring our best and to try to adapt to this new situation. And yes, I think this is just the beginning. Then this how we fix these two problems for me are the two main challenges, and this is what we will discover during the next 2 years.
Thank you, Anthony. Now for the conclusion, Pietro Poretti, how do you imagine Lugano, and which are the next steps? You mentioned them also at the beginning, but how do you imagine this project, which is running in a very fast pace in Ticino and in Switzerland if we compare with other projects that takes maybe 10 years to be realized, yes?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think speed, pace here is crucial. We need to move fast. Plan B was announced on the 3rd of March. A very ambitious plan, as you know. Quite a lot has already been achieved. We're trying to do it, of course, also in a very solid manner, right? We need to involve all the stakeholders, right? And this means, beside the companies and our partners, you can imagine, right, what it means. In the country like Switzerland, you have 3 levels. It means involving the cantonal level, and when necessary, it also requires going above that. We're doing that. It means involving the population, because as we heard also from our partners here, this is a project, of course, we are working on it, we are making it happen, but it's a project for the people at the end of the day, right? If we look at the various components, it's about a business saving a few bucks, right, through more efficient solutions, payment solutions. It's about facilitating education through the academy as first step already in July. So we are really trying to align all the stars here, right? And it's not, of course, it's not an easy task, but I think with the support of everybody, and so far the feedback that we have received has been overwhelming positive. So we continue as most immediate, let's say, next steps. We have, of course, as we already mentioned, the Academy in July at Franklin University with Franklin as also as academic partner, beside hosting, of course, at their premises, the Academy. Università della Svizzera Italiana is also an academic partner of this first this first experience that we will. We didn't probably touch upon that too much during our presentation. At the end of October, at the Palazzo dei Congressi in the city center, of course, there will be the first edition of the Bitcoin World Forum, which we really wanted to be then, or to become a global event. We already have a number of confirmed speakers, really very, very big names, of course. And we aim at attracting 2,000 people to that event, roughly 2,000 people. So it's a big event for a city like Lugano, right? For those who are familiar with our city. So this is another very concrete step that we are making, without anticipating too much, of course, but also the physical hub, this sort of under one roof, an interesting number of companies. This will also happen very soon, and the acceptance. As we are speaking, this is being prepared. So we're moving as fast as we can, and we remain very committed to this plan, all of us.